Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm Level and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today's video is going to be top 5 ways to get your KD up fast. If you have not already, drop a like on this video and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Of course, we all know, Call of Duty being a big game, there are a large variety of different level players when it comes to experience and playstyle. With that being said, there are some tips that have proved themselves to be the best of the best at making you a better player and making your KD skyrocket. Alright guys, so tip number 1, this probably goes unsaid for all Call of Duty players or people who are even new to Call of Duty. If you don't know, Call of Duty is basically based around weapons. If you have a good weapon, then you're basically good at the game. That's as simple as it goes. Yeah, you can add on to score streaks and all this other stuff that definitely helps you get your KD up or even be a better player, but the all around general idea of being a good Call of Duty player is having a good gun and knowing how to use it. With that being said, tip number 1 has to do with guns. Of course, the heart of a first person shooter or shooting game period are the weapons used to dominate your opponents. Knowing that, a perfect weapon that fits you and your playstyle is a huge necessity for being the best you can be. If you like to run out and gun people down as fast as you can to get those streaks before your enemies even know it hit them, then I recommend a submachine gun that fits you. On the other hand, if you like staying back and playing slow, then I recommend running an assault rifle or LMG. As much as we all hate to admit it, the most cancerous weapons in Call of Duty are normally the best. Next we have tip number 2, score streaks. Of course, guns and knowing the map are a huge essential part of being good at Call of Duty or any first person shooter. Knowing where to aim when your enemies are on the way is a huge advantage, but score streaks will always hold a huge role in boosting your KD and giving your team the upper hand. I cannot tell you the number of times my teammates or I called in some killer score streaks and turned the tide of the game into our favor. With that being said, when playing World War II, specifically run Requisition as your perk, then use paratroopers, carpet bombing, and a UAV at least until you can get emergency airdrop to replace the UAV. Requisition guarantees those hard to get score streaks for anyone trying to get their KD up. Leave the extra 10 to 20 kills you get from your score streaks up to the paratroopers and carpet bomber. On to tip number 3, attacking your enemies. Of course, when you go into a game thinking about your KD, the first thing that comes to your head is a large number of kills. But to have a high positive KD, you have to also have a low amount of deaths. And that's what a lot of people forget when playing. With that being said, I suggest not running out as fast as you can, full sprint to get to the first kills of the game, in hopes you get some insane kill streak right off the bat. I'd say that more than likely that's not working out for you as good as you probably hoped it would. My advice is to try to run on the outsides of the map, preferably the least active sides, to get behind your enemies to cut them off guard before they realize you're in their butts. But with that being said, do not push spawns. Pushing spawns, or also known as going to the very back of the enemy spawn, or even getting too close, will cause the spawns to flip and you will have to begin the process all over again, but you'll more than likely get killed from behind. Tip number 4, playing with friends. When it comes to playing the most basic or advanced pub matches, you're always going to have a bad teammate, even a few. You know who I'm talking about, the kid who always flips spawns, always goes AFK, or just isn't playing, and if he is, he's doing absolute garbage. We all hate to admit that teammates are a big part of the game because every Call of Duty player strives to be a god, and gods don't need help. The truth is that teammates are a huge part of winning, even yourself having a good game. So I suggest getting a friend or even a group to go play with. That eliminates the number of terrible teammates and increases your chance of having a good game. You don't have to worry about them flipping spawns, they will always have your back, and it's way more fun. Last but not least, tip number 5, game modes. We all have our favorite game modes for our own reasons, and they can get tiring to play. Ever thought maybe you needed to try a new one, or maybe that specific game mode just isn't for you? Well, I have a few suggestions that you might just want to try out. My personal favorite is Hardpoint. You get tons of points, have plenty of time to get score streaks, and you know where everyone's going to be, and it's fun to play with friends because you're always on the edge to see who's going to win. So I definitely suggest trying it out. But some others are Domination and Kill Confirmed. Domination is a great game, especially if you're trying to learn spawns and the routes that normal people play and normal people run. It's also good for spawn trapping. Kill Confirmed is great for getting score streaks and racking up tons of score along with XP. Definitely try Hardcore if you're trying to get fast kills and even fast score streaks, but it's definitely hard to get used to. So I definitely suggest trying to get used to it, but maybe after you've secured that high KD ratio. Those are my top 5 tips to getting a higher KD. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like and subscribe for more top 5s and a variety of other content. Check the links in the description for my socials. Once again, I'm Level and I'm out. Peace.